everyone, and welcome to a new vlog. So I am running incredibly late today. Not like I need to go anywhere, because I don't hate, but I'll never understand when I'm watching people's videos and they're like, I'm running so late, I need to go somewhere, and they're vlogging. And I just am a person who's like chronically early, so that could absolutely never be me. But essentially today, I got a way late start to the day. I was planning on getting up at 5 like I've been working on, but lately I've just been struggling with it, and I think it's because I haven't been going to bed early enough. So yesterday I took like some sleeping medication that I had that like was prescribed. I'm not just like taking stuff, but it completely like flattened me out. And then when I woke up, I ended up like snoozing my alarm when I woke up initially, which was at like 4:30, and I was like, it's too early, I'm going to give myself a little bit longer. Then I ended up finally like leaving bed at like 6:30 because the dogs woke me up. So I was like, okay, we're ready for the day, but I still felt absolutely exhausted. So I was like on the couch and I was like, I try not to have a coffee until I've been up for like an hour, so then I can get my circadian rhythm and such all like back on track. But that makes it so like I start to kind of fall asleep again sometimes. So I was like, maybe sometimes if I give myself like another half hour, then I will be awake and ready to go. But that half hour ended up turning into, I got up at 8:30 finally. So I actually have a lot of meetings today, and the first one is at 9:30 and it is currently 9:10. So I really need to like get going, but because I have so many meetings, I am going to put on makeup. Like normally I don't really put on makeup for just a normal day, but because I'm going to be on camera so much, I decided that I'm going to put on makeup today. And it's just even getting myself up at 8:30 today was honestly such a struggle. I was just having the hardest time getting myself to actually like go and do anything. So I actually had done my morning meditation before I ended up going back to bed. I was kind of hoping it would energize me, but that didn't really end up happening, and I think it's honestly just because of the medication. But I went ahead and did like my morning journaling and all of that stuff, and just was like, okay, I made my coffee essentially when I woke up at 8:30, did my morning journaling, and then kind of took a look at my planner and was kind of waiting to like, I always put off washing my face and doing all of that stuff because I know that that's kind of when I'm actually getting up. But I went upstairs to like bring something up there, and I was like, well, I'm up here. So then I went and washed my face. I just did like a really quick face wash, so then I would be ready to go, and I knew I wasn't committing to too much. And then I was like, you know what, we're going to vlog today. We are going to make a little video out of this, a little video out of like, what the heck do you do when you like kind of made yourself a schedule the day before. You spent so much, like today's a Monday, so I spent so much time yesterday planning my week and everything, and then the very first day I was like, nope, not happening. So how do you recover from sleeping in later than you had wanted to? So that is exactly what the plan is for today, and that kind of has motivated me to like put on makeup, do all of the stuff that I had originally planned to do. And I try to time map my days. I'm still kind of playing around with that and seeing if it's something that is actually going to work for me, or if it's something that just isn't for me and it's not really helpful. So I've taken a look at like my original time mapping for the day that I had done yesterday, and made a little bit more of a plan, like kind of moved things around, because my plan originally was to go to the gym this morning, because last week I didn't go to the gym, and I just know it makes me feel so much better, but it just did not end up happening last week. So I really want to go to the gym and get a bike ride in today. It might end up being an either or situation, we shall see, but I kind of moved that around to see if I can still do it. Honestly, like it is a chaotic day already, and it's not even 10. It was already a chaotic day before it was even 9, just because I went so off schedule, and I've been trying so hard to give myself like a reasonable amount of things to do every single day, and I definitely did that, but now that I've woken up later, that reasonable amount has really changed, right? So we're gonna get back on track. I said I had all these meetings today, and literally my garment of choice is a t-shirt. I will probably change for the other few meetings that I have this afternoon, but I have a while for those. It's a t-shirt kind of morning, okay? But I do have my iced coffee, so that's what's important. So I'm logging on to my meeting with 5 minutes to spare, which is exciting. And yeah, we're going to turn this day around. It's going to be a good day. I'm excited. This morning meeting will be a quick one, and then I'm going to probably make myself some breakfast. I'm not really that hungry, but I know that if I don't have breakfast now, I'll be really hungry later. So eating something now is going to be my best plan. Mondays, am I right? I'm just really not in the mood today. Honestly, I don't know why I'm having like such a hard time getting motivated. I think maybe partially because I did a lot yesterday. Like yesterday was Sunday, and I just ended up doing more than I usually will do on a Sunday. So I think maybe I'm kind of burnt out, and it's kind of funny because I did a lot. Like I did a lot of editing and stuff, and I was doing my social media free Sunday again. This was my second time trying it out, and I think that the problem is like I wasn't reading anything at the time. So whenever I had just free time, instead of scrolling on social media, I would be like, well, I'll just edit. And I think I need to like not do that, because then I get burnt out because I'm kind of working. And like, don't get me wrong, I do really enjoy editing, and like, I don't feel like making videos is really a job anymore. I feel like it's something that I am really just enjoying again, but it still is kind of more of like an intensive task. And I think that doing something just for fun might be a better idea for me personally. I don't know. I'm gonna have to kind of like play around with it, or maybe I'll do my social media free days on like a day when I actually need to work. So I'll do it on a weekday rather than on a weekend. But it's also kind of nice to have that social media free time on a day when I do have free time to like do stuff, and I can just kind of do something fun, like just do something that I'm enjoying. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. I was supposed to have 5 meetings today. Obviously, I'm done with the first one, but then 2 of my meetings actually ended up getting moved to later in the week. So I only have 1 more meeting for the day, and that's fine. Like, I am just going to continue wearing this t-shirt because it's just 1 more meeting, and it's not anything that I need to really be fancied for. Honestly, this week is just a really heavy meeting week, and that's why I like really took time to pre-plan and figure everything out beforehand, but then I just messed it up this morning. But I'm trying not to get like too caught up in that, because I don't want to be like married to a schedule where if I do sleep in or something, then I'm like, crap, like my whole thing is totally thrown off. I don't want to be in that position. I want to be able to be adaptable, but that's something that's very, very hard for me. But like I said, constant work in progress. I did groceries yesterday, and I can't wait to eat these nectarines, but they're not ready to go yet, but I cannot wait to eat them. Nectarines are my favorite. I don't like fuzz on peaches, so nectarines are just, oh, they're so good. So I'm very excited. But I just made myself a really quick breakfast just to try and get some energy. So I have some berries, and then because I wanted some protein, I have some jam and just some yogurt that has like higher protein. So I'm going to sit down and try to get started on some work and really try to get motivated. But I'm not gonna lie, I just don't want to do anything right now. Episode number 15. relocated to the couch because I'm going to be doing some work where I can just kind of watch YouTube videos, but today is just not going how I planned and I'm so frustrated. I hate starting off the week like this. The tasks that I have done so far have been kind of more like time consuming tasks, so I still have like a bunch on my to-do list for the day that I haven't gotten to. So I'm kind of torn between like if I want to focus on the bigger things and get those done because they are priorities, or if I want to try and do some things that I know will be a little bit quicker, but I honestly don't have all that many things that are quicker on my to-do list for the day. Oh, that was one of the dogs, sorry. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with one of the bigger tasks that I have to do. So then that is at least like off of my plate, and then I will move on to the other things that I had. I'm just so annoyed. Like, I wish I hadn't slept in today, but I'm having such a hard time getting up earlier. So I think I also need to kind of like look at what I'm doing and see how I can fix that, because it's just been like really frustrating that one thing kind of throws me off, and I don't want it to be like that. I want to be able to like, if things don't go according to plan entirely, it's totally fine, and I'm just kind of rolling with it. And I was trying to have that mindset first thing in the morning, but now it's like almost lunchtime and I'm like, I still have so much on my to-do list, and at this point I would like to have a lot of that stuff done, but that's just like ultimately not where I am. So I'm frustrated, but I'm just gonna smash through this and then see like if I can kind of take another look at my to-do list and see what needs to happen. I've been literally nonstop, which is exactly what I didn't want to do. I ended up just working through lunch, and I did eat something. I had a banana and an apple with peanut butter because I wasn't very hungry, but I just like, I am so tired now, and I wanted to take breaks so then I wasn't going to burn myself out, but that hasn't happened. So I have gotten most of my work done. I do still have some things on my to-do list, and I really wanted to like get in some sort of physical activity today too. So I'm going to check the weather. Oh, we have a smog warning again. It didn't say that the air quality was that bad. I guess it's kind of smoky again, but it does say the air quality is like 4, which is a moderate health risk, which is essentially what it's always at. I wanted to see, maybe I was going to go for a bike ride. So it feels like 30 right now, which isn't too bad, and it's not very humid. So maybe I'll go for a bike ride instead of like my original gym plans, but I need to see what else is on my to-do list. I have like finished pretty much all of my work. I just have a couple of like little filming things. Honestly, I'm actually in a really good spot as far as my to-do list goes. I had my last meeting, so that is all done. And I wanted to start doing, I'm going to do a video with like a digital declutter because I haven't done that in a very long time. So I have like thousands of emails to go through. So I was going to do that today and start that today, but I haven't done that quite yet. Other than that, it's just kind of like little things, like a couple of other vlogs that I have to start. So I only have 4 things left on my to-do list, and one of those things was my full body workout that I was going to do today, but I think instead I might go for a little bit of a bike ride. I think that might be what I do now, because that like might get my energy up, but actually that will be kind of 2 birds in 1 stone, because I always listen to an audiobook when I am on my bike ride, and one of the things is that I wanted to start the book of the month for my Patreon book club, the Queen of Hearts book club. So I will start doing that and start listening to that audiobook. I think that's a good plan. Yeah, let's do that. So I am all ready to go. I just changed my top to like a workout top because it felt easier, and I didn't want to have tan lines, and I want to put that shirt back on when I get home. But I am just about to start my audiobook, which is The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. So I am super pumped to be starting this one, and I'm going to be vlogging my whole experience of reading it for my Patreon. I'll have that all linked down below if you wanted to go and check it out. But I am needing this little energy boost, so let's get going. It's the next day. Good morning. So, a couple of things. I ended up going on my bike ride later than I had originally planned because I discovered that my Apple Watch hadn't charged while I was sleeping, and I obviously wanted to track my bike ride because that's, it's just what you do. I wanted to know how far I was going and all of that stuff. So I put my Apple Watch to charge, and then while that was happening, I just kind of chilled for a little bit because I still just wasn't really feeling the best yesterday. I don't know. I think just getting the week started off with waking up late and kind of getting a later start to my day and not really going with my plans totally kind of threw me off. And then actually I came home to discover that Archer had destroyed my headphones, which is really unfortunate because they were very expensive, and yeah, that was tragic. So it wasn't exactly the best end to the day, but to try and kind of turn things around, I went in the pool and just relaxed and vented. I was on the phone with my sister actually, so I vented to my sister, and then I went to bed, which is why my hair looks like it does, because I was under the water and then slept with wet hair. But I am happy to report that I did end up getting up at 5 this morning, so I'm getting back on that schedule. I went to bed early yesterday. I was probably asleep by 10, which is my goal. 9:30 would be great, but at least 10 is good because I have so much trouble falling asleep. So I'm really happy that I was able to do that and was able to get up this morning. My original plan was to go to the gym this morning, but it's really rainy and gloomy, and I was kind of thinking, I was like, okay, I think I need to take this morning for myself because I was looking at my mood tracker, and the past few days it's just been kind of okay, and I that's fine, but I want to kind of think about what is changing, why I don't feel as great as I had been at the beginning of the month. And it's not that I expect every single day for me to be this is the best day ever, but why has there been kind of a dip in my mood? And I think part of it is that I haven't really been taking as much time for myself. I have been overworking myself a little bit and not having that balance yesterday when I worked through lunch. So one of my focuses for today is definitely going to be to take breaks throughout the day and make sure that I'm implementing that into my schedule, so then I'm not burning myself out, because I know that's a recipe for disaster and something that I definitely tend to do pretty often. And I definitely saw that yesterday with I have been okay when something like the headphones happens. I understand being upset about that, and I'm allowed to be upset about things. I don't want to give the wrong message here. I was this is something that I've been approaching with a different mindset. Okay, it was no one's fault, things happen, but I was just so irritated about it, and I was letting it ruin my day and ruin my interactions with other people, which is then when it becomes a problem. And I mean, they are almost $500 headphones, so like I said, I'm allowed to be upset about it, but the problem becomes when I'm then kind of taking that and turning it on other people, and that's what I didn't like. So when that started happening, I did a little meditation and I went to bed because I was today, it was what it was. Did a little letting go of negativity meditation and felt a lot better after that. And I was we are going to start off on the right foot tomorrow. So the right foot for me today has been doing a morning meditation. I never thought I would be one of these people who meditates all the time, but honestly, it helps me so much. But after I did that, I did my little journaling, and now I'm going to take some time to read because I haven't really been making time for that. Although I did start my audiobook when I was on my bike ride, but I just wanted to take some dedicated time to just kind of sit here and relax and read. By the way, I can't remember if I mentioned this because I'm also simultaneously filming another video, but I started listening to the Atlas 6 and I am about 15 chapters into it. So this is the Patreon book of the month, and I had expected it to be off to a slower start, but so far I am enjoying it quite a bit, but it's just at the beginning. I've heard really mixed things, so I wasn't sure how I feel about it, but so far so good. So that is going to be all actually for this vlog about I don't know, how to turn around when you wake up late. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it yet, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another new video soon. Bye.